Woodhouse Day Spa, located at the Summit Shopping Centers right off of Highway 280. Choose from a menu of over 70 options, including massages. They've also got the pregnancy massages, body treatment, skincare, waxing, and nail services. The Woodhouse Day Spa, voted America's best day spa since 2009. Order that special person gift online 24/7, birmingham.woodhousespas.com. Gift cards are a simple solution. Buy them 24/7 online or stop by the Woodhouse Day Spa and tell them the next round sent you.
Again, Texas has a basketball game tonight at home against Rice, and as of 51 minutes ago, Chris Beard was still in custody there in Austin. That from the prominent Austin attorney Perry Minton, who is representing Chris Beard in this case.
Alabama is up to 4 in this week's Associated Press poll.
I thought 5, between 3 and 5 is a good place.
Highest ranking since 2006 for the Crimson Tide, according to Mike Rodak of AL.com, from whom I am stealing these rankings. And he points out that Gonzaga will be 15, I think it is, when Alabama plays them. So that's going to be a top 15 matchup in Birmingham Saturday. Yeah. Gonzaga's number 15.
On CBS, game sold out, but you can get tickets from our friends at ATIX if you want to be there at Legacy Arena to watch that one at 12 noon on Saturday. So does it say who's number one?
I don't have the whole poll. I do not know why this does this every single week, but it's very frustrating.
Well, people get it sent to them, emailed to them before they put out the whole poll on social media.
Just do the old cut and paste, why don't we?
Yeah, get it out quickly.
Yeah.
But Bama's 4, Gonzaga's 15. We'll see if Memphis is in the rankings at 8-2 after their win over Auburn.
Purdue's number 1.
Purdue is the new number 1 team. All right, so there's your new rankings. We appreciate all of that. Let's get to trash. It is brought to you every day by our friends at Mortgage Right. Rockstar, let's do it, man.
The line is baked in a buttery, flaky crust.
Baked on a buttery crust. Close. Baked on a buttery, crispy crust.
Damn, flaky.
I thought I said flaky. Baked in a buttery flavored crust. Crust. Yeah.
LT's Trash is presented by Mortgage Right. Mortgages done the right way.
Hey, surging interest rates might be weighing down your decision to buy a home, but Mortgage Right has a program that can lift the burden. If you're looking to save money on a new mortgage, temporary interest rate buy-down may be just what you need. Mortgage Right's temporary buy-down program, it lowers your initial interest rate during the early months of your mortgage, giving you a chance to save money in a more demanding housing market. With a variety of buy-down options and experts nationwide, Mortgage Right can help you purchase your home with the best possible interest rate. Rates are on the rise, so it's more than wise to consider a temporary interest rate buy-down. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR to get started or call 205-815-9200 if you're in the Birmingham area. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender. We start first. Crazy story. I was telling Brown that I ran across this. But this chick, she's a butterfly activist. She drugged and strangled her former stepfather after finding nude pictures of herself on his computer. Thomas Merriman's body was found January 2021 under a pile of trash at Solona Beach, California, a home he shared with stepdaughter Jade Jenks. Now, the murder trial of Jenks, 39 years old, an interior designer who co-founded the research nonprofit Butterfly Farms, began this week. She has pleaded not guilty to killing the 64-year-old Merriman, who prosecutors said died of an overdose of sleeping pills that Jenks gave him after she discovered the photos on which he reportedly used as his screensaver. What a creep. Not only having pictures of his stepdaughter, but having as a screensaver. Now, the DA went on to say it's no accident. It was murder by design. The photos were taken more than a decade ago consensually by Jenks and her boyfriend, according to authorities. It's unclear how they came into Merriman's possession. Jenks found the photos while she was cleaning her stepfather's apartment, who had been hospitalized at that point. She texted with another man about giving Merriman the pills. One of the texts said, "I just dosed the hell out of him, stopping for a whiskey, just stalling. Let me know," she went on to say. Then she started to second guess the plan. One alleged text read, "He's waking up. I really don't want to be the one to do this. I guess I'm about to club him on the head as he's waking up." Then she called another friend. She said, "I can't move the body. It's in the back of my 4Runner. That friend called cops. Boy, she's calling the wrong friend if she's calling one that's going to call the cops, right?
Yeah, she is. You got to have that friend to help you bury the body. That's an old segment we did way back in the day.
That was apparently not the one. So we'll see what happens here. Does it warrant strangling the guy to death that he's got her nudes on his laptop?
It seems extreme.
It's a tough call.
Yeah.
This is a tough call.
Yeah, I'm going to need a whole story there.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was your daughter and this was the...
Oh, yeah. So then it's on the table at that point.
I don't think she's going to get much. I think if she gets any time, it won't be much. Just my guess there.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, it depends on the jury, I guess, at that point, right?
Yeah. Man and woman in Georgia confused a Walmart cashier in order to steal more than $6,000 in merchandise and gift cards. Now, the pair loaded a Walmart cart with a bunch of expensive items in Grovetown on November 30th. When they got to the cash register, they made several card transactions, according to deputies. 2 people managed to confuse the cashier when they asked that the cash button on the register be hit in order for their credit card to work. The tactic then led to the merchandise getting rung up as it would be paid for cash, so their credit cards were not charged. They left the store with more than $3,400 in merchandise and $3,000 in gift cards.
I'm still confused.
Yeah, I don't get how this works.
I don't get how you scan the system like that. I don't understand.
Yeah, and how
they were dumb enough to do cash.
Yeah.
Because if they weren't paying in cash, their cards weren't going to get run.
Okay. So they're like a self-checkout?
It seems like the failure is on the people who run the store. Not that they're not stealing,
Yeah.
but it also like they're dropping the ball on the other
Well,
side.
it's theft by
They
deception.
they knew how they were doing it. It was just like how they came up with that. Like, we can get rid of, I'm getting, $6,000 worth of merchandise.
Yeah, I get you. It had to be the self-checkout, right?
I guess. I don't know. You could pay cash at a self-check. I guess you could put it
No,
in a
you
little
can.
slot.
Yeah, you put it in a little slot and it shoots out the change.
I don't
to
like
you.
doing the self-checkout. I don't know
You
why.
don't? Sometimes your only option.
It really is now. I mean, I've noticed a lot of places have one person maybe working, and then it's all self-checkout.
It depends on how much stuff I have, but if it's just 1 or 2 items, I'd much rather do that than stand in line.
You figure out how bad you are at bagging things?
Yeah.
I should not put the eggs in that.
You know what's funny is there's a nice new convenience store on the way to all of our houses when we leave here. And
I don't think I've ever been there.
And I'll stop there sometimes, and they'll be like, the line will be like 10 deep, and there's these 2 self-checkouts over there. Nobody ever uses them. So I'm like, why would I stand in a 10 deep line when I can just go ring up my own thing?
Each your own. You guys ever wanted a private island?
I'll take one. Yeah, I wouldn't argue that.
I don't want it permanently.
It's got a golf course.
A lot of keep up, but I'd like to spend a day or 2 there.
If you've ever wanted an island entirely to yourself off of Palm Beach, now's your chance. The man-made 10 Harpoon Isle, which includes a soon-to-be-completed 21,000-foot massive mansion, just hit the market for $218 million.
So that's my house, Rockstar, if I live on this island?
You could drive on this little bridge right here to come home.
Well, it's only 2 bridges.
Yeah, that's man-made, you tell me.
Wow. Oh, I see a golf course in the distance, Dunaway. You see that?
Yeah, that's on the other house over there, though, Brown.
Well, that's not. It can't be there.
Or
You
resort.
can still golf carted over there.
Yeah, maybe that's the clubhouse.
You could see to it over there, man.
Yeah.
You got a tennis court there.
Yeah, I'm in, Rockstar. I'll take this. What's this going to cost me?
$218 million. It seems a bit pricey.
I'm going to need to save.
I do like that pool, that long pool.
Oh, I
See
do
it's
too.
back by the water.
Yeah. Lap pool.
Oh, you got
Top
your
side.
little hole over there, Brown.
What's that now?
On the bottom right, you could drill a
a
little
little
hole.
chipping green. I could do without the tennis court.
Oh, you got 2 holes.
You got a putting green on the other
3
side.
holes.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Oh, you do have 3 holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, keep the tennis court then. Somebody else can play with it.
No, this is nice, but developed by Todd Michael Glaser, the 11-bedroom home sits on 2.2 acres, 15 full baths, 7 powder rooms, along with a library, theater, wine room, gym with sauna, massage room, hair salon, multiple pools, and lighted tennis court.
I know I want a hair salon in my house.
That's a good-looking
You
spread,
know
though.
how bad a hair salon stinks when you walk in there and they're doing all that perm crap? I don't want that in my house.
Do you have that picture, though? I tell you, man-made, that's still mind-boggling to me. So is it floating? Like, is it on
On a barge?
barges?
No, I'm sure they...
I don't know how they do it.
You float off a little bit every year.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
The bridge came unattached.
Well, I'll tell you, one thing that's
We're in Cuba.
100% is if it's man-made, it's not going to last forever.
That's a good
Right?
point, yeah. But I'm probably going to die first.
At some point, that's sinking into the ocean or the bay or the strait, whatever that is.
Nishit Parquet says he can finally afford a
Bless
house
you.
in Toronto. No, his name is spelled Nishit. Nishit.
Yeah.
There he
Parquet?
is. He said,
I love his floors.
Parquet, something like that. He said he can, quote, finally afford a house in Toronto after he won the $55 million lottery.
Finally, I can afford a house.
Quote, I was overcome with joy. I thought to myself, now I can finally afford a house in Toronto. The property that expensive in Toronto?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, $55 million, I'm affording a house somewhere else in Toronto. I'm going to get a little warmer climate at $55 million.
And by the way, you can get a lifetime supply of those masks, too, $55 million.
Shit, you can get a deposit on your that island we just saw.
Is this the story? Is that his name is Nishit?
Yeah. I mean, just get it right. Now, what is it? Now, we're just going to put P of Toronto on the check, okay? I know there's a Nishit S.
I tried to go fancy with him there and go Nishit.
Nishit.
He said he plans to take care of his family and explore the world.
Wouldn't Nishit be no shit?
That's his kid.
Yeah.
That is, isn't that the translation is that's no shit?
Could be.
Yeah. Nice shit.
I don't know what that is.
Lance is probably right. It's probably Nishit.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think we thought through this one when we're the P parents.
Roll call every day at school had to suck.
Oh, gosh, know it did.
But back when the Brown Bandit or when he was the Mayflower guy that day?
That was a pilgrim, Jim.
A pilgrim. Didn't they say nay? Nay.
Nay.
No, I thought it was nigh.
Oh, I don't know.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Natalie Rhodes, 40, splashed out almost $6,000 to have her dream wedding abroad, hiring a wedding planner to make sure they had the day of their dreams. Perfect Weddings Abroad promised Natalie's big day on August 26th. They said she was in good hands. She's from Manchester, England. Now, she was in for a shock. She claims that the venue had been double booked, and soon she was surrounded by half-naked partiers covered in UV paint, waving glow sticks.
You are in good hands.
Now, Natalie said, quote, "We got married abroad. We had this package. It cost us $6,600 just for the wedding itself. We were promised exclusivity of the beach club. 2 days before the wedding, one of the colleagues that were abroad basically told us that we would be sharing the venue with a party of people. Wouldn't be exclusive at all. We had half-naked partygoers watching us get married on the beach. We had kids there. It was like one big rave. I think they paid something like a stupid $50,000. So they didn't expect to be sharing it with us either. There was vomit everywhere. There was music playing. It was very loud. Had loads of swear words in it. It was like rapper and rave music. It was very aggressive and pumping. They were all jumping around and dancing.
Yeah. Seems like those are competing themes there. I don't think the wedding bothered the rave all that much.
You see walking the kids down the aisle and you get, what is love?
Yeah. Chances one of the kids broke into the Macarena at some point. That's their go-to, right?
I guess.
No, it is. My 8-year-old,
light.
yeah, they all do the Macarena and the gritty.
Finally, we've got some honest thoughts. Not shower thoughts. These are honest thoughts.
Honest, okay.
I'm now, I use the flashlight on my phone at a restaurant years old.
I've done it one time.
I mean, it depends on the font of the menu, really.
I've only had to do it one time. But trust me, I was mocked there was no mercy in the mocking at the table when I used my flashlight that one.
I don't do the flashlight. I just do this. Right
What Brown ordered. That's fine.
No, I'll do that too, but I don't have my champies. I will take a picture, and then I'm just sitting here now, looking on my phone,
blowing up a blurry picture,
a
dark picture.
No, not with the new iPhone 20.
Another honest thought for you guys. Why is no one the right amount of whelmed?
I'm either underwhelmed or overwhelmed. I can't just be whelmed, right?
I am whelmed.
If it's exactly what I expected, I'm whelmed.
Yeah, that Lions coaching staff has me whelmed right now.
They're doing good.
I wish Santa would publish his naughty list. What a great way to meet people.
Let me tell you why Susan didn't get a gift.
I thought he used to on the back page. What was that?
Back pages.
Yeah, where they all got wasn't Ashley Max. What was it called?
Ashley Max.
Ashley Madison.
Salad.
Ashley Madison's.
Honey, that's a misprint. That's supposed to be Max.
You guys
I got
remember when that
chicken
list
salad.
came out and like how panicked everybody was?
Yeah, and it was nothing but a
and that list
sausage
was
party.
getting sent to
Oh,
everyone.
my
Oh,
God.
the rumor was, did you hear about Joe down the street? He's on that Ashley Madison.
Ashley Max.
This next honest thought is so true.
It's a great lie, by the way, guys. If you ended up on Ashley Madison and said, I was signing up for the Ashley Mac app.
I love their chicken salad.
I kept ordering things, and the wrong thing kept showing up with DoorDash.
That's not strawberry cake.
I used to sneak out of my house to go to parties. Now I do the opposite.
Sneak out of parties to go
Go
to
to
your
my
house.
house.
Hey, guys,
Yep.
I'm going to the bathroom real quick and just out the front door.
Yeah.
By the way, 8 p.m. Saturday night. That was my curfew at the Floribama. That's when I left.
You really did.
I did.
And the final honest thought, you never realize how weird you are until you have a kid that acts just like you.
That is true. That is Trash Today, brought to you by our friends at Mortgage Right.
Yeah, our friends at Mortgage Right helping you out. Home values are on the rise, but so are sky-high rent prices. Stop wasting money on rent. Start investing in a lifelong asset. Take control today by talking with our friends at Mortgage Right about your home ownership goals. Mortgage Right has the option, speed, and ease you're looking for when purchasing a home. Their mortgage experts are just a phone call away. They're always willing to answer your questions, guide you through the home buying process, make the most of the current housing market by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR. Call 205-815-9200, NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, this hour brought to you by Champies. Purdue's your new number 1 team, Virginia, then UConn. That's the only team to beat Alabama. Alabama's in at 4, Houston is 5, Tennessee out of the SEC is 6, Texas is 7 with some issues with their coach today. Wrongly accused, says his lawyer. Kansas 8, Arizona 9, Arkansas out of the SEC is number 10. Other SEC teams, Kentucky is in at 13. Mississippi State is all the way up to 17. You have Auburn that's in at 19, and Alabama's opponent tomorrow night, which is Memphis, just missing the ranking. They're in at number 26 in the new AP basketball poll. We're back in a moment. Don't forget, Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster.
Follow The Next Round on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Next Round Live.
The beauty of the holiday is at the center of your table with the New York Butcher Shop. Their selection of USDA certified Angus prime rib roast, beef tenderloins, and fillets, as well as premium pork and lamb cuts, are the finest selections available in the market and are hand-cut just the way you want. With side dishes handmade by their professional chefs, your holiday meal is complete. Visit one of their 2 locations today, in Cahaba Heights or off Highway 119 in Greystone. Place your order today. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
At Alfa Romeo of Birmingham, you can now drive the 2022 Alfa Romeo Giulia TI, the Italian sports sedan of your dreams, starting at $499 per month plus tax with $4,999 down, plus first payment and title due at delivery. Come experience the passion and performance of Alfa Romeo of Birmingham, 1837 Grants Mill Road, or Alfa Romeo USA of Birmingham.com. Like financial lease, 10,000 miles per year, WAC, MSRP, $51,490. Stock numbers Q0059, Q0068, or Q0074.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters, it's the will to prepare to win." Bryant Bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
For one of Birmingham's best beer selections since 2016, come check out our friends at the Beer Hog. With 64 local, regional, and international craft beers on tap, there is something for everyone. Plenty of TVs to watch all the games while you enjoy some of their fresh-baked pizzas and delicious appetizers. The Beer Hog also has wines on tap and a full bar with great signature cocktails. Don't forget about the large selection of packaged beer and growlers to go. Follow us on Facebook or just stop by the Beer Hog, located 2408 Pelham Parkway. Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and our entire Double Down Media podcast family, all at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast like Bama and Bourbon, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family, all at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
The Alabama Head Injury Foundation strives to improve the quality of life for survivors of traumatic brain injury and for their families. Whether the injury is mild or severe, the life of the injured person and their family is changed forever. The impact can be both emotionally and financially devastating. AHIF provides the information to help clients and families understand the results of injury. AHIF helps access available resources and provides services and programs which meet the unique needs of individuals with traumatic brain injury as well as spinal cord injury in certain programs. Find out how you can help at ahif.org.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family, all at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com. The latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at New Life Art. Daniel A. Moore has completed his original full-color oil painting honoring Bryce Young, Alabama's 4th Heisman Trophy winner. This painting depicts the memorable Heisman-worthy go-ahead pinpoint pass to John Mechie in the corner of the end zone as the Tide dismantled the vaunted Georgia defense in the SEC championship game this past year. Use code TNR for 15% off. You can order online at danielmooreart.com.
Again, we'll continue to update you on Mike Leach's situation when things become official. But right now, it is critical condition for Mike Leach at the Jackson Medical Center. That from Mississippi State. Other reports out there involving what happened Sunday at his home from the Clarion Ledger. If you care to read that, they're the first to source out their reporting on what incident happened to Mike Leach in his health situation that led to his hospitalization and his trip to the Jackson Medical Center. But everyone continues to pray. One of the more uplifting things is watching the national media relive some great Mike Leach stories of covering Mike Leach at his stops at Texas Tech, Washington State, and in Starkville, Mississippi. And those are continuing today. Zach Arnett is the interim coach, the much thought of defensive coordinator, as the team prepares for their January 2nd bowl game. And at this hour, the plans are still to play in that bowl game. The show being brought to you today in part by our friends at Gutter Cap.
Yeah, it's a patent aluminum cover system. It fits over most existing gutters, keeping out that debris. Eliminate gutter cleaning forever. Give yourself this gift this holiday season. There's a year-end special for my good friend Chris Stewart. You never want to get that dangerous ladder out again. It's a dirty, dangerous job at cleaning the gutters. You'll never have to do it again. And right now, he's got that incredible deal for you. Go to guttercapbirmingham.com or just call him, 205-823-2212. That's 205-823-2212. Tell him the Next Round sent you.
Noah Clowney had the double in the win over number 1 Houston over the weekend. Jaden Bradley was good as well. Both of them talked about what it's been like on that 16-day stretch of beating Michigan State, losing to UConn, beating North Carolina, now beating Houston, 2 number 1 teams on that stretch. Here are the guys after the win in Houston.
I just want to know what this game means for you guys confidence-wise, taking down not 1 but 2 number 1s, and just what Alabama basketball is this year overall for the country and what they should think about you.
To be honest, to me, I don't really care about the numbers. I want to beat every team that step foot in front of us.
Same thing, just have that killer mentality. Whoever's on the court, we just got to come in, stick together, cancel out the outside noise, and play hard and try to come up with the win every time.
Every game, you got to leave knowing you gave everything you got. If you lose and you gave everything you got there.
Couple of newcomers for that Alabama basketball team there. Now they get Memphis tomorrow night and then Gonzaga on Saturday. And then, as Brown pointed out, when they start SEC play on December 28th, they get 17th ranked Mississippi. This is we knew this was on paper, but it has played out to be an unbelievable schedule, and it's fun when you're winning these games.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you had a 500 record, you could even almost understand that,
Right.
But the way they're playing right now and to be ranked 4th and this Memphis team will not be a cakewalk, obviously just beating Auburn this past Saturday. But I do fully expect Alabama to be a semi-healthy favorite.
As of right now, Alabama's remaining games, they've got neutral site against 15, at 17, hosting 13, at 10, hosting 17 again, at 19, at 6, hosting 10, hosting 19.
Yeah, it's a great schedule.
Oh, it's incredible, especially once you get in conference play because this SEC is so good this year.
But it's so nuanced, like there was one point last year where I felt like Auburn could win the national championship. And that may have been somewhere in February. And then by the time you got to the tournament, they had that one bad game and they're out. But they weren't playing their best basketball when they went to the tournament. you don't want to peak here in December, but it seems like this team, still young together, is playing well. It'll be a fun, entertaining game, but a tough game at home with Memphis as you come back against Houston. Awkward moment, Rockstar cut number 4. I believe I'm being too much criticized for this moment during our show. It's brought to you today by our friends at Way to Wellness. Listen, I was a little hungover on Saturday, so I was off the Way to Wellness. I was.
As mentioned it.
Yeah, as I was coming down off of the Floribama party. So our friends at Way to Wellness have got me back on my diet plan today. It starts today as I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to melt in front of you guys. You can get your blood pressure better. You can get your cholesterol better. You can lose weight as well with my friends at Way to Wellness. Leslie and her board-certified team will help you lose weight and get everything in line. Just live a healthier life. Go to aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com, and check them out. Way to Wellness, a journey to healthy living. Give it for a friend this holiday season, or give it to yourself as well. Aplanforme.com. It's Way to Wellness. You make the call, awkward moment or not.
Look at this. So typical, right?
What?
A helicopter pilot gets a beautiful woman walk in to sit next. I mean, this is.
You want me to make that super awkward for you?
What?
That's his mom.
Shut up.
It is.
Shut
Not
up.
paying us a bit of attention, but yeah, it's his mom.
Dunaway. My gosh. I mean, only Dunaway.
Well,
That's a classic moment right there.
Thank you for your service.
Only the helicopter pilot.
Yeah. Awkward or not?
Did she hear you?
No, she didn't. She was over. It was loud in the room. She was over there talking.
We were on speakers, though.
We were on speakers. They just weren't paying attention. Everybody else heard it and got a kick out of it. I think a lot of people thought it was awkward.
Typical helicopter pilot.
Yeah.
Hey, the helicopter pilot later that night was on stage shirtless with a cowboy hat on.
Yeah, he was, yes. Now,
and probably had women half as good looking as his mom trying to pick him up.
Credit to his mom. She's a friend of ours. Dunaway, I don't think, noticed that from across the room there. It's Kim who works there. And she is a very nice looking lady. So he would have done well to get someone that good.
Kevin's got a point.
Yeah.
In the Vulcan Tire and Automotive chat room over there.
That's true.
That's right. Kevin did. On the air, that's not the most awkward moment of 2022.
Your old man died.
No, my brother did. Oh, sorry about that.
I may be in the montage of candidates at the end of the year, but chances are you're the one that's giving the acceptance speech on most awkward moment of the year.
I don't know. It's only awkward if it freaks out who you're being awkward towards.
That's true. Fitzy didn't get freaked.
Ian didn't care.
And the winner of the most awkward moment goes to Lance Taylor with his starring role in Your Dad Died, right?
It was close, man. It was brother.
Did he say? Nothing I'm aware of.
I thought the judge was dead. No.
That's my brother. Yeah.
One more hour to go here on the show. We'll get into several big things that are going on, including back to the NFL, because we're down to the playoff hunt, and we've got some people contending to buys, those that are on a run, those that are slipping, and those that are just getting in because of geography. All that is coming up as we continue. The show being brought to you in part by the folks at Nichols Outfitters.
And it is a great time to get out there and Christmas shop for that outdoorsman or that lady that loves the outdoors in your life, and you can get great deals. Select items are 30 to 50% off while they clear the store out to make room for all the new 2023 things. If you're shopping for a holiday gift for an outdoorsman, great idea to go to Nichols Outfitters. Exit 242 in Pelham. Online, NicholsOutfitters.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
The NFL playoffs are just around the corner, and every game matters. Join us on the next round and Pepsi every Thursday as we preview the upcoming big games in the NFL weekend. Pepsi and the NFL, a perfect match for your weekend.
Banking isn't just about your money, it's about you. It's about getting help with what you need when you need it. AmFirst was founded for members just like you, and they've been putting those members first since 1936. Putting you first means services that grow and change with the times to serve you better. Now, every bank has their own app, but that's just it. It's theirs, not yours. The AmFirst app was made for you, so it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. You can even customize the app, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards that will make you feel like the #1 priority you are. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you from AmFirst. Visit any AmFirst location or amfirst.org today. That's amfirst.org. America's first federal credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Football is back, and you can check out the new arrivals in the Next Round store. Support the brand by grabbing a t-shirt, hoodie, or hat. See the latest gear online at nextround.store. That's nextround.store. We've got gear in your favorite team colors, perfect to wear to the stadium or tailgate. All the gear has been approved by everyone on the show. Quality and comfort that's perfect to share as a gift. Just visit nextround.store. That's nextround.store, the official store of Double Down Media.
If renting is putting a dent in your bank account, here's your sign from the universe that it's time to buy a new home. And who better to help you through the ins and outs of home buying than our friends at Mortgage Right. With Mortgage Right, you don't have to worry about becoming a short notice mortgage expert because they do all the heavy lifting for you. They're trusted mortgage professionals, and they'll help you choose the right mortgage option and stand by your side every step of the way. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR to buy before renting runs you dry. That's mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, if you're looking for Birmingham's best pizza, you need to stop in and see our friends at Slice Pizza and Brew. It's as local as you can get, from the ingredients that go into every pizza to the beer on tap. For a great lunch or dinner, go see our friends today, Vestavia or Lakeview at Slice.
The Double Down Media podcast family is live and full of content for all ages. The Mystery Fifth Hour gives the Next Round host a chance to talk about everything but sports. Pour a glass of Bama and Bourbon, our weekly college football conversation, while sipping on some of the most interesting pours in the bourbon world. And in our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, LT takes off the gloves for in-depth conversations with stars like Taylor Hicks, presented by Redmont Vodka. Find these podcasts and more by searching The Next Round on Apple, Spotify, and on our website, nextroundlive.com.
Don't let a roof problem disrupt your football Saturday or Sunday. Call Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing, locally owned at 205-542-3531. Greg wants to give you a free no-cost inspection. Free, no cost, no obligation, 205-542-3531. He can also pressure wash your metal roofing. It's easy to see why his company's so successful. A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau, and insurance companies trust him. You should too. 205-542-3531, or just look him up on Facebook, Greg from Pell City. The Next Round is proud to partner with Vulcan Tire and Auto, and we're excited to announce their first-class team and facilities are growing. If you are an experienced general maintenance technician looking for a new opportunity with a great growing company, go by Vulcan Tire. They want to talk to you. Not experienced, but interested in working on cars? Again, go by Vulcan Tire. They have a spot for anyone that has a can-do attitude, wants to work, and enjoys helping people. 4 locations and more to come. Vulcan Tire and Automotive, Moody, Trustful, Hoover, and Gardendale, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
Stay up to date with the Next Round at nextroundlive.com. The latest videos from the show, plus podcasts like the Mystery Fifth Hour, Bama and Bourbon, Last Call, and others from the Double Down Media podcast family. You can start your day with the latest college football stories, plus easy to listen to hour-by-hour downloads of the live show. NextRoundLive.com, a great way to stream the show live or shop in the Next Round store. Make NextRoundLive.com your homepage. That's NextRoundLive.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We'll update you on the AP basketball poll and the other developing stories today as we move throughout the final hour of the show. It's been very eventful. Some good news when it comes to Alabama basketball. Some news we're waiting to get more details on with Chris Beard at Texas, and then our continued thoughts and prayers with Mike Leach and Sharon, his wife, and the Leach family who are gathered his bedside in Jackson, Mississippi. Brown, in a nutshell, I know you've been following this through different sources, and the Clarion Ledger has the most detailed of what their sources tell them went down at Mike's house on Sunday after a Saturday practice for their bowl game coming up. Just give me a little nutshell to get everybody caught up to date on what is the latest on Mike's situation.
Yeah, a massive heart attack, and unfortunately there are a lot of things that go with that, and there is some fear of brain damage and things like that, obviously. You know, you've got the lack of oxygen a lot of times in those situations, and Scott is showing you the report from the Clarion Ledger there. So he was without care for a little bit, and then was rushed to the hospital, and then airlifted to Jackson, which is where he is now as his family gathers there. I know there are some people who I don't mean to say they're not trusted reporters that are reporting some other things there, but they're doing it behind a paywall, like on message board situations. So we're just not comfortable sharing that. I mean, there are a lot of things there, right? So it's behind a paywall. It's just there are a lot of reports out there, and none of it looks very good at all, unfortunately.
On the football side of it all, Zach Arnett is caring for the team, as is the university, but he is the interim coach, the much well thought of defensive coordinator, and no word yet if they are suspending practices or what, but they did practice Saturday as they are preparing for their January 2nd bowl game in Tampa. The other side is Chris Beard, who is the Texas coach. As of about 2 hours ago, he was still in custody in Austin after an early morning arrest on third-degree felony assault charges, the assault on a family or household member that happened in the wee hours of the morning. And his lawyer, who's a prominent lawyer in Austin, is saying that he should not be detained. There should be no charges, that the complainant doesn't want him arrested and wants to drop the charges, that the details of this, when it'll come out, is a total misunderstanding, and we will get more details about that when that becomes more available. Chris Beard was scheduled to coach tonight against Rice. His Texas team is one of the best in the country, but right now you're talking about a situation where Texas is aware of what has gone on with Chris Beard today and has yet to decide whether or not he'll be on the sideline or not.
You know, there, and some of this may get cleared up eventually as far as some of the details here, but the initial detail was the interaction occurred sometime around 2 a.m. and the arrest wasn't until 4 a.m. And as I read that, I'm like, man, this is not like they're out in the middle of nowhere. They're in Austin, Texas. That's a large city. The amount of time between interaction and arrest did seem to be a large amount of time.
I think what happens is in a domestic situation, somebody is going to jail.
That's right. It becomes out of the hands of the police officer when they are called for a certain kind of a domestic violence. There is a mandatory arrest.
Yeah, because it's a cooling down period. Because I think in the past, there's some potential legal issues. There were situations in the past where guy would be abusing girl would call, cops would get there, girl would be like, I don't want to press charges, they'd leave, then guy ends up killing
cycle
girl.
Starts again.
Yeah, and so we don't know what transpired here. My assumption there, my speculation on that 2 hour window is they got there, they had to interview all parties involved, and then they decided this is the guy we're going to take in.
All right, so those are the two big stories we've been watching. Another is the AP basketball poll that's out after Alabama's big win over number 1 Houston. That poll and that news update brought to you by our friends at Backyard Adventure. If you're looking for a quality play set this holiday season and for really your entire kid's childhood, you look no further than our friends at Backyard Adventure. Their website is called backyardalabama.com. backyardalabama.com. You go there and find a location near you, and they will deliver it, set it up, and everything. Listen, you may not be in the business for a play set, a playground. Maybe you're looking for an alley-oop trampoline. They've got that too. Maybe you're looking for a goal setter basketball goal. They've got that for you too. Complete setup, unbelievable customer service. But if you're looking for a backyard adventure playground, 3D designer, they'll let you design the playground. They'll set it up. They'll also do landscaping, maintenance programs, and a lot more. Find a location near you, whether it's Montgomery, Huntsville, Birmingham, Atlanta, wherever, at backyardalabama.com, backyardalabama.com. In the AP poll, Purdue is the new number 1. Here's the interesting part, though. Alabama's the highest-ranked team without a first-place vote. Purdue's got 27 first-place votes. They're number 1. Virginia's number 2 with 19 first-place votes. UConn, the only team to beat Alabama, is number 3 with 15 first-place votes. Then Alabama is 4, Houston's 5, Tennessee is 6. Tennessee has 1 first-place vote. Then Texas at 7, Kansas, Arizona, Arkansas. Other SEC teams, Kentucky is 13, Mississippi State is 17, Auburn is 19. Alabama's opponent tomorrow, Memphis, is in at 26. Brown.
Yeah, Tennessee's got a terrible loss in Colorado, but they got some good wins. Obviously, they beat Kansas by 2 touchdowns, and the win over Maryland over the weekend, it was 13th. We'll learn a lot about Tennessee Saturday. They're at Arizona. I mean, you get that win there, I mean, that would be 3 really, really, really good wins that you've got that would overshadow a pretty bad loss in Colorado.
We'll do our stock report and take a look at the NFL playoff race coming up a little bit later in the show. But right now, it's time for 4 downs. Every day on the show, we give you 4 downs. They got 5 locations now, though, but we're not going to 5 downs. We're going to hold at 4 downs.
Buddy just texted me about him and his wife need new tires. I said we will talk after the show. I'm going to hook him up with our friends at Vulcan Tire and Automotive. You mentioned that 5th location in Pell City now. Anything you need bumper to bumper this holiday season before you get out on the road, heading to see friends and family, get a look at the brake pads, wheel alignment, tires, and more. They can do it for you. Bumper to bumper, Vulcan Tire and Auto.com.
First down.
Better chance of winning a playoff game this year, Tampa or TCU?
I would go TCU because where are we slotted right now at Tampa Bay as a division champion? We'll be at home, but most likely against a team like the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be hosting the best team that is not on a bye.
Yeah, it's going to be the Cowboys. Yeah.
So it likely will be the Dallas Cowboys unless they pass the Eagles down the stretch. So it either be Cowboys or Eagles.
You popped the Cowboys earlier this year.
Yeah, it's hard to do that twice in the same season. And this Dallas team is playing with Dak Prescott, a healthy Dak Prescott. And I think since Dak's come back, they're one of the highest scoring teams. And they didn't look at yesterday against Houston. If we got that team, you talk about a bad beat. You took the Cowboys and gave 17.5 yesterday against Houston. Everybody was talking to be a blowout. Texans played that one close. Sloppy day for the Cowboys.
That's a schizophrenic team, the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. I mean, they can be really good, as you saw against Minnesota when they laid 40 on them, and they can be really bad having to score a touchdown in the final minute to beat the
I think
Texans.
Michigan beats TCU, but this TCU team's living a charmed life. And, you know, we saw 2010 Auburn, they kept getting better and better and better and better. Not that TCU's gotten better and better and better and better, but they find ways to win games. You cannot count that out.
Yeah, I would go TCU too.
I would go TCU because they're at least in the playoffs. And Carolina actually controls their own destiny in your division, as do the Buccaneers. But, you know, Carolina can win that division still, even after having fired their coach earlier in the
I would
season.
imagine Atlanta can too. They still play the Buccaneers down the stretch as well.
I don't know if they control their own destiny, but I'm sure there is a path for them to win it.
Second down.
What happens first? Brock Purdy is a full-time starter in the NFL, or Iowa State back to the Big 12 championship game?
I think once you get a chance to start in the NFL and you show what you can do, like all of a sudden Brock Purdy becomes – there are people around the league saying, man, we need a quarterback. Maybe instead of drafting a quarterback, maybe Brock Purdy, we see if we can trade for him.
Yeah,
get him cheap.
And there's really no spot for him on that roster. I mean, they're not going to get rid of Garoppolo now. And
not getting rid of Trey Lance.
And Trey Lance is their guy. So, I mean, Purdy will be an available quarterback. I mean, you cannot keep 3 quarterbacks that way.
You think Matt Castle, but really, who is the kid with the Falcons?
Matt Schaub.
He's
on that big deal with the Texans.
That was the pop to mind. When Schaub got in there, he looked so good. Then the Texans gave him the big deal. That could be Brock Purdy here.
Osweiler got the big deal. You know, you heard Clapp mention Matt Flynn.
Was it Matt Flynn? Who was the backup to Favre in Green Bay?
That was Flynn, and he played that one game.
He had like 6 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, I know. They showcased him in order to do this. They showcased him in that one game. It was a meaningless game for the Packers.
And I think it was against your Detroit Lions. I don't think it was the Bears.
He tore it up. And Seattle got fleeced on that deal. Kansas City got fleeced on the Matt Castle deal. Generally, these deals you get fleeced on.
I am still going to go Iowa State back to the Big 12 first. Championship game.
I would say Purdy probably ends up starting for another team because he goes there as the backup and the starter gets hurt.
Third down.
Okay, so Oregon State just gave the extension to Jonathan Smith. Colorado just hired Deion Sanders. More wins next year, Oregon State or Colorado?
Well, you know, Colorado over the weekend, they got the big commitment from, who was that? That was Deion got Dylan Edwards, who was a Notre Dame commitment, 4-star running back. And Dylan says this in his official announcement. I know other 4- and 5-star guys who are about to flip over this next week from their commitment. So these are not even portal guys. These are real freshmen who are being recruited. National Signing Day, December 21st. And the question is, more wins next year? I would go Oregon State, but faster than expected for Colorado. They're getting some talent in there.
I think I'd go Oregon State, too. Jonathan Smith's a really good football coach. I think Dunaway summed that up very, very well. Prime is going to build a roster that just on roster alone, he's going to win a lot of games. But I think I'll go Colorado State.
Yeah, I mean, if you could give Jonathan Smith Deion's talent and Corvallis, you'd have something working.
Fourth down.
Your man Frank Sinatra would have been 107 years old today.
I hate to speak ill of the dead, but a little overrated.
Better career, Prince or Frank Sinatra?
Prince.
Oh.
I think I'll go Frank Sinatra.
I think I would go Sinatra.
I think I love Prince. I think you'd have to go Sinatra.
Okay, let me ask you a question. We sat down and we poll the 100 best musical people who are still living today. Are they more wowed by Prince's career or Frank Sinatra's career?
I think they're more wowed by Prince's ability.
They grew up with Prince.
They're more wowed by Prince's ability.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know that they would be wowed by his career more than
It's like
Sinatra.
saying is Charlie Chaplin funnier than Will Ferrell? It's two different
Yeah,
generations.
I think in their heyday, I mean, Frank Sinatra was so iconic. Prince was too.
He is iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the question?
Better career.
Okay, you weren't asking the more talented.
And
Prince
Sinatra
by
did,
far more talented.
Sinatra did a lot of film.
Yeah.
Sinatra ran Vegas.
Yeah, he was an icon. He was an icon. But was he as talented of a singer than somebody you can find at the random
I'm just
Baptist
saying,
church this
if you
weekend?
could have had one of the two careers, I would much rather have
I mean,
Frank Sinatra.
Did you say he as talented a singer as some guy you could find in a random Baptist church this weekend?
I could go to 10 churches this weekend and find somebody who sings better than Frank Sinatra.
I'll give you that on Jimmy Buffett, but no way on Frank Sinatra.
I could find somebody in this studio that could sing better than.
You can find somebody that sings better than Bob Dylan, but it's just it's a distinctive voice.
Yeah.
I can go to a church and find a guy who shoot better free throws than Shaquille O'Neal. It's not, that doesn't make him a great sinner.
Yeah, I am neither over or whelmed. I am underwhelmed with Frank Sinatra. Always have.
I can tell.
And that is 4 Downs, brought to you by friends at Vulcan Tires.
Again, 5 great locations for you and your family. The newest location in Pell City, locally owned and operated. Fabulous, guys. Anything you need bumper to bumper for you and your family, they can handle. VulcanTireandAuto.com.
Did Sinatra write his stuff? Somebody asked in the Vulcan Tire.
No.
I don't think he did. No.
How do you know?
No way. No way.
Well, I mean, I know his lyrics weren't nearly as deep as Pencil Thin Mustache.
Yeah.
Well, you're going back at me, clapping back at me like I'm Jimmy Buffett fan.
You used to travel with the Buffett people.
You read 2 of his books.
I've seen them. I've read there, but
I read a book.
Absolutely, but I never
2.
sit here and tell you that Jimmy Buffett's he is an icon though. It's a great point. You're putting Frank Sinatra and him in the same boat.
But all I'm saying is when you're talking about the vocal ability, I mean, Frank Sinatra much more talented than Jimmy Buffett.
Frank Sinatra did not write his own songs.
Yeah, I can't find one he wrote.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jimmy Buffett did.
I know. That's what my point. Yeah. I'm just saying, his stuff wasn't as deep.
Lasso the Moon, man. We'll give it to you. Why not?
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Yeah, I mean, people sing that today, 30 years later, 40 years later. Do they still sing what's one of his?
New York, Fly Me to the Moon.
Does he lasso the moon or is it Fly Me to the Moon?
You're not even allowed to sing My Way in Japan because it's like the song to sing is My Way. That is the karaoke song to sing.
Yep.
Did Prince? He wrote most of his stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Josh said Sinatra is Las Vegas. When? In the 60s?
Well, I mean, it had to start somewhere.
60s and 70s.
He's not Las Vegas anymore.
Well,
trust
Las
me.
Vegas
He's
now?
dead.
I know, but he's saying Sinatra is Las Vegas.
Who
it's
is
not
Las
anymore.
Vegas now?
Oh.
Keith Urban. I mean, Adele's doing her residency yet. Like when you think
There are actually more signs for Thunder Down Under than there are any other artist.
I'd like to go see Shania Twain's doing a residency.
Yeah.
Aerosmith just had to cancel theirs because Tyler got COVID.
Sadly, Wayne Newton was that guy for a minute.
Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah,
They
absolutely. By the way, while we're giving out year-end awards, Charlesa may have had the best one over the weekend. Let's go sound up cut number 5. I missed this the first time around, right? I wasn't there when you took the stage with our man the other night.
This is Big Earl.
Yeah, and look, I didn't know I was taking the stage again. I was talking to Big Earl before the show, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to jump on with me again?" I was like, man, probably not.
And then Lance and I are standing there talking, and we
calls
weren't
him
even
up.
listening to the show.
Yeah.
And out of the blue, I'm like, Lance, I think he's talking to you.
And I was and look, and I've never claimed if I could sing, you would see me sing a lot more.
Because you like it. You would love it.
It would be fun, man.
Me too.
We're entertainers here, and I'd love to be able to sing, but I can't sing. So when I get invited to, I'll give it a shot.
Is Lance now the Sinatra of Floribama?
That's probably Big Earl, actually.
He had a tough crowd of all the Navy, Army guys, young guys right in front of the stage. There were about 50 of them right in front of the stage, and they were all cheering for LT here. Crank it up a little bit. Let's listen
I
in.
was drunk the day my mom got out of prison. Now I went to pick her up in the rain. Come on, baby. But before
Yeah, sing it. Got to offer commentary. We'll get zing for this.
Laugh me, laugh me, laugh me.
Look at that crowd.
I don't think you know the words, Lance.
I do know the words. It's not that difficult of a song.
Big finish.
There he comes.
Yeah.
Lance Taylor, everybody.
So I tell you, man, the
Forster and the lights there, really good.
The other shot of this that our friend Steve Powers took, you can see the crowd it's amazing how big the crowd is in there.
Oh, yeah. It was overflow from the Army-Navy game. The celebratory Army fans, Scott showing that one now, the celebratory Army fans filling up the joint there.
Yeah, and there were no bras hanging when this episode started, but by this point, they were all in the rafters. It was fantastic. Nobody had a bra left when it was all said and done. All right, that's our trip down memory lane at Floribama. If you want to make a bet on what's happening this weekend, our friends at MyBookie can hook it up for you.
Yeah, NFL, college basketball, the bowl games coming up. Also play and the weekly blackjack tournaments. MyBookie.ag, code next round. Gets you a bonus of up to $200 on a deposit of $500 or more. That's promo code next round. Claim that brand new deposit bonus. It's designed for bettors looking to get their cash in and then cash out quickly. Experience sports in a whole new light. Make this season a winning one. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag, code next round. That is MyBookie.ag, code next round.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
At Alfa Romeo of Birmingham, you can now drive the 2022 Alfa Romeo Giulia TI, the Italian sports sedan of your dreams, starting at $499 per month plus tax with $4,999 down, plus first payment and title due at delivery. Come experience the passion and performance of Alfa Romeo of Birmingham, 1837 Grants Mill Road, or Alfa Romeo USA of Birmingham.com. Like financial lease, 10,000 miles per year, WAC, MSRP, $51,490, stock numbers Q0059, Q0068, or Q0074. Now is the time to make your kids happy with a playground from Backyard Adventures. Order now and you're still guaranteed a Christmas delivery. Just go to backyardalabama.com. That's backyardalabama.com. On the website, you can see some brand new forts that are available, plus the always popular display sale is underway now. Just call 205-408-4FUN. That's 205-408-4386, or go to backyardalabama.com. As always with Backyard Adventures, you get quality 100% cedar with lifetime warranties, and they take care of their customers from start to finish. That means they completely set up the playground. You don't have to do anything. They'll do the landscaping to make it fit into your backyard. They'll do a maintenance program every year for you to keep it looking brand new. And when it's time for the playset to go, they'll come and take it down for you too. Learn about the display sale and see everything you need online at backyardalabama.com, or call them up 205-408-4FUN for Backyard Adventures.
Things fall apart. There's even a book about it, but that doesn't mean you have to break the bank to fix them. Ryan Brown here for the next round. Our friends at Mortgage Right have a new renovation option that will make repairs and other home improvements easy. If you've recently purchased a home and find yourself short on cash, or you're looking to buy a fixer-upper, Mortgage Right's renovation loan program can help you spruce up your space. Repairs can be made to your roof, plumbing, flooring, and more with the help of top-notch mortgage professionals. So get your fix by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR. And MLS 2239 Equal Housing Lender.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters, it's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Football season is back and so are tailgates. It's time to win that tailgate with Champy's world-famous fried chicken right on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Sterling and his winning team will open up the doors so you can dine in or an easy-to-go pickup when you order at champyschicken.com. At Champy's, you experience southern staples like chicken on a stick and those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales that are to die for. Hand-cut chicken tenders and a whole lot more right on your way home or to the big game. Highway 119 in Alabaster. For Blues, Brews, and Bird, it's Champy's Chicken.
You've been wearing that thin, raggedy t-shirt for years now, and people cannot stop whispering and staring in your vicinity. We've all been there. Luckily, there's a solution to your lack of fashion and social cues. At NextRound.store, they have plenty of options when it comes to a variety of shirts and hats. Once you start putting that Next Round gear on, be prepared to make new lifelong friends and hundreds of unforgettable conversations. Hope you like random high fives in the street, because that's what you're getting after visiting NextRound.store.
Start your day on our website, nextroundlive.com. The morning rounds give you the top links to the stories you need to see before going to lunch with your buddies. At nextroundlive.com, you can also watch and listen to the show live, or download our top podcast and shop in the Next Round store. New arrivals, new downloads, new shows, new contests, all on one website, nextroundlive.com. Make it your homepage, nextroundlive.com.
Ashley, in our Vulcan Tire and Automotive chat room, I've never understood the concept of throwing away a good bra. After 2 trips now to the Floribama with this show, Ashley, I will tell you that the bras that are thrown usually it's a pre-planned.
Yeah.
You don't throw your good bra. You wear the bad one out that night. Maybe the B team, C team, maybe a bra that's going to be in your portal at some point.
More of the metal's poking you a little bit or sticking out a little bit.
Right, yeah,
I've had that problem.
It's been there for a minute. Yeah.
And it seems like the majority of those bras there are big ass bras.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I do agree with you.
And some are well decorated now.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, those stickers, Rocky, were all over the place.
I saw that, man.
I mean,
You were on a
Lance did a
mission.
good job with the
I
stickers.
was even
let me tell you.
laughing on my way out, my final look around Floribama on late Saturday night.
He wiped away a tear.
I mean, I was laughing because they are everywhere.
We're even on Big Earl's wheel now. Aren't
Yeah,
we?
That is correct, yes.
He spins his wheel and it's weighted.
We're on a key spot of his wheel, aren't we?
A female that comes up there normally has to, bare herself.
Yeah. She could contribute to the bra collection.
The wheel is so weighted, Rockstar. It could be on the other side and stop on. Win $5, and it goes.
It's that damn wind.
Ah, you almost
It's
won
like
$5.
Sing Brown-Eyed Girl, and he's like, it's Sing Brown-Eyed. No, it's going back the other way.
Out to show your. Always fun down there. Our friends at Wayne's will keep the bugs out of your house and also get your lawn ready to go for a new year.
Hey, listen to me now. 866-WAYNES-1 is the number to call. That is 866-WAYNES and the number 1. And Envirolawn is key right now. Your yard is still shutting down. Believe it or not, you may think, oh, it's done for the year. No, it's not. You need to make sure you're getting the proper nutrients and pre-emergents in your lawn right now so that it will look the best it can in spring and summer. You take care of that right now. Envirolawn at Wayne's handles it for you so you don't even have to think about it. And we are so passionate about it, we want you to save. So we're going to take care of the first month. Code TNR saves you 1 month when you call 866-WAYNES-1 and use the code TNR and tell them you want to get that month knocked off. We'll take care of it for you. 12 months of service for the price of 11 with Envirolawn at Wayne's. 866-WAYNES-1. That is 866-WAYNES-1.
We talked earlier some NFL. We'll jump back into it now because we're down the playoff stretch in the final 4 weeks of the season coming up. The Eagles clinched a playoff spot yesterday. They look to be the runaway team to be the NFC team with a bye. Remember, only one bye now. The other 6 teams play each other the very first weekend. The Eagles are sitting pretty. On the AFC side, it's coming down to to Kansas City and Buffalo. And remember, Buffalo had that head-to-head win earlier this year. That could end up being very important.
It could be. Buffalo is getting healthy. I still don't trust them running the football outside of Josh Allen, their quarterback, when he does it on his own with his legs. I'm going to stick with it, man. I had a conversation with some Cleveland Brown fans, and this was Saturday night, and they were talking about watching the game against the Bengals on Sunday. I said, you guys, I'm just telling you the Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl. And they were like, you obviously aren't watching football. And I'm like, this Cincinnati Bengals team is rounding into shape. Well, the AFC is going to be fascinating once we get the postseason.
A lot of levels here. Go ahead. I got some different tiers that I'm breaking down.
Yeah. Better news schedule-wise for Kansas City in that race. They play a much easier schedule than Buffalo, who will have to finish up a lot of AFC East games, which is the tougher of the two divisions.
And so that's for Buffalo. If it ends tied, they've got the advantage. The next tier, teams that haven't lost in a month, your Cincinnati Bengals you bring up, the San Francisco 49ers, even with Brock Purdy now, and the Dallas Cowboys. Those three teams haven't lost in a month now. They're trending pretty good.
Well, I don't trust the Cowboys, and I still don't know what to expect. You know, if Garoppolo was still the quarterback, I said a few weeks ago, I think it's going to be Cincinnati, it's going to be San Francisco. I mean, I guess Brock Purdy could get them there. I guess we saw it with Nick Foles. I know Foles had a little more, experience.
There's probably not a situation where you can be asked to do less as a quarterback, right, than San Francisco because of their defense, because of Christian McCaffrey, because of that dominant run game they've always had. I mean, there's going to be less asked of Brock Purdy.
Right, he just can't make mistakes.
Well, I talked to you about this on the way back. It seems like that should be the way every team should build their franchise, is to where you're not really tied to a quarterback. You have so many weapons around him. They have a philosophy. They have they've got weapons all over the field. And when you bring in a guy like McCaffrey, it only makes it that much stronger. We'll see when Debo can come back from the high ankle sprain. But they are built to where three different quarterbacks could start this year and they could still win the Super Bowl.
Well, I tell you what the feasible model is now, that you've got so many guys that come in ready to play right away. And you get them on this rookie contract where you're not paying them a ton of money, and you can afford to pay the other guys around. Once you get that quarterback past that fifth year, if they're going to be an elite quarterback, they're going to be really expensive. I mean, we saw it with Seattle early with Russell Wilson. You saw it with Jared Goff and the Rams early, where you can really build around guys that aren't making that much money. Once you got to pay a quarterback $35 million, it becomes a problem.
Cincinnati's won 7 of 8 in that stretch there. Next here is some surprise teams that are making a push for the playoff. The Lions have won 5 straight. They beat Minnesota yesterday. And Washington, the Commanders, have won 6 of 8. There are 2 teams there that are trending towards playoff contention because of these hot streaks. Detroit doesn't look like they're going to go away.
I don't think they will offensively. I mean, they can score with anybody right now. And again, Jamison Williams, playing his second game, having his first touchdown reception yesterday. I mean, they've got multiple running backs and DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. I mean, they've got weapons as long as Goff continues to play good football. Don't trust your defense at all, Rocky. Aaron Glenn is the one weak link when you look at that coaching staff as far as production is this year.
How good has Hutchinson been, though?
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah, here's the thing for you, though, Rockstar. I think the Giants are going to come back to you, which is good. You got to get past Seattle. Their next 2 are San Francisco and Kansas City. Seattle. No, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I think the Lions, if you can take care of your business, I think the rest, those 2 in front of you, are going to come back to you.
And that gets us to our next tier of those that are slipping. This is an evaluation from our friends at The Athletic. Starting to get hairy for a handful of teams. We'll tell you who they are after LT tells us about Dr. B, where it's always getting hairy for him.
Look, working on that hair right now. Again, the older we get, things fall out, things fall apart. So when I started to lose a little hair, asked around, Dr. Beckenstein was the name everyone said. When I had that second hair analysis done at Dr. B's office, we got those results back. Hair already 14% thicker. Still pretty early in my treatment. Just started the second phase. Already have significant growth. Dr. Beckenstein, the best in the business. Dr. B pioneered the use of NeoGraft hair restoration right here in Alabama. Remains at the forefront of hair preservation in the Southeast. T3hair.net for more information. That's T3hair.net. Dr. B takes pride in treating each patient personally, applying his expertise to produce those quality results for more than 20 years, women and men have turned to Dr. Beckett-Steen for a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. Call today, 205-319-0316. That's 205-319-0316. Tell him the next round sent you. For more information, t3hair.net.
Zach over in the Vulcan Tire and Automotive chat room, as we get to the teams that it's starting to slip away from, he says Geno Smith is showing us he is who we thought he was. Seattle is one of those teams. It seems to be slipping away now.
Well, let me say this about Geno. And watching that game, it was really the one I focused more on at 3 o'clock because it was the only 3 o'clock game I had given out. I gave out the Carolina Panthers on the road. So that was the first time since 2000, or the first time in 8 seasons, Geno has thrown multiple interceptions in a game. He's been really good this year, but they're so banged up at the running back position. I mean, they were down to a 5th-string running back last week against the Rams.
Including that Kenneth Walker injury. He's been so good. The Giants, we've mentioned, they're slipping. The Patriots seem lost. They play tonight against Arizona, but they don't seem to know what they're doing anymore.
I think a win by them tonight, if I'm not mistaken, bumps the Chargers out of that spot and puts them in there. I think they would hold the tiebreakers.
You're right.
So a win tonight, and they're actually in the playoff, in the playoff field as it stands today.
Yeah, but slipping, though, and the Jets is another team with Mike White injured again yesterday. That is a team that has lost a couple of quarterbacks, hadn't had the right one at the right time. That Jets team is so close, but it seems to be starting to slip away from them a bit.
But it does seem like their defense is going to keep them in this. So you just can't Mike White, he showed toughness yesterday. Is Mike White a guy that's going to carry them into the postseason? And the Jets are still, Breece Hall was so good early for them this year.
And what about go ahead.
Well, I was going to say on the Jets, I can't believe Jets and Lions play Sunday, and that is a massive playoff game.
Yeah.
How often have the Jets and Lions met with massive playoff implications on the line? But the loser of that game, it's tough. The winner of that game's still in good shape of maybe making a challenge for the playoffs.
And then for people who either have already built something or are in the very best division to be doing what they're doing, of course, Tampa Bay, but Minnesota at 10-3, House of Cards. Brown called them earlier. A lot of people are pointing out their deficiencies. Baltimore's got an injured quarterback. Huntley played well yesterday, but they're in a good location right now. And then Tennessee, where are you guys on the Titans right now?
Well, first of all, they're in the second worst division in all of football, so that's helping them. They'll probably still win that division. But it's hard to believe this team was a 1 seed last year. And really the most significant part that's missing is A.J. Brown. What else is missing from them that takes them from a 1 seed to a really, really average team?
Yeah, this is the first time they've lost 300 Vrabel since 2018. And, you just fired your general manager last week. Nobody
that was a reaction
trusts
to A.J. Brown.
Ryan Tannehill at all.
Nor should they.
Yeah. And, you look at – I randomly started Evan Ingram at tight end yesterday. Nobody cares about this. But a random tight end goes 11 grabs, 162 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And their defense was awful. And Jacksonville has become a tough out, too. And you look at Trevor Lawrence starting to live up to his potential.
Yeah, I think they're going to squeak out a winning record, but that's going to be it. But again, that's going to be enough to win that division because Jacksonville and Indianapolis are not going to be able to catch them.
All right, so that's our whip around the National Football League. We'll do our stock report coming up on the other side. Lunsford on the back row is a Titans fan. He's ready for Ryan Tannehill to go away, but you don't want Malik in there right now, do you?
I'll take a rock right now.
A rock?
Over anybody.
Yeah. Dwayne Johnson. Look, they married Tannehill, but that money is quickly, it's going away. So at some point they'll be able to make a move. I don't think it's Malik Willis, but they're going to have to do something eventually.
Okay, our stock report in our next segment. Before LT tells us about Michelson, Forster, I want to judge here, and we'll use the whole audience, but I want to hear what these guys say about Eli Drinkwitz this weekend. Okay, we have Kansas and Missouri playing basketball, the old border war. These are hated rivals from back in their Big 8 and Big 12 days. They don't get to play each other a ton anymore, but they played basketball this weekend. Football coach Eli Drinkwitz is in the student section with this sign that says, if you zoom in close to it, 5 level 1 violations. That's legitimately head Missouri football coach at the Missouri home game against Kansas holding up a sign that says 5 level 1 violations as Kansas comes on the court. So out there that Lane Kiffin responds
course he did.
With this, he's in the middle of everything. Come on, man, Ed Coach Drinkwitz with the crazy emoji there. But then you get the athletic director from Kansas who says this at the end. Not that this goes one way or not, but Travis Goff says, proud of the guys, big win and everything. We'd love to do this again on the gridiron later this month, but Missouri, according to back channels, didn't make it into the bowl game. It was going to be Missouri and Kansas. Well, going to be paired up for that, right?
The reports were, and I can't remember who reported it. Forgive me for not giving them proper credit, but the initial report was they asked the SEC to not place them in that bowl. Remember, once it gets past, I think, the citrus, the SEC places everybody.
And we don't want to be in the game with Kansas.
And they asked the SEC, please do not put us in the game with Kansas. Now, the SEC is never going to confirm that, and you don't think Missouri would either. But those were the reports that they ran from Kansas in the old border war game.
Good rivalry there on that look with our friends at Michelson Laser Vision.
Yeah, make the call today to find out if LASIK is right for you. 969-8100. When you make that call, ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. They're going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. Dr. Mark Michelson, the first to perform the procedure in the state of Alabama way back in 1995. Dr. Jen Michelson, conveniently located UAB Highlands. Again, for more information, michelsonlaservision.com or just call today. Schedule that hassle-free consultation. No more contacts, no more eyeglasses. 969-8100.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
All the coaches I talk to believe you win championships in all three phases of the game. And the same is true with my friends at Wayne's with pest protection, termite protection, and lawn care. The website is callwaynes.com. Remember the promo code TNR for big savings. With the cold weather coming, the pests will be trying to break through your defense and come inside. You can save $60 right now off of Smart Pest by using that promo code TNR. So go online to callwaynes.com or call the phone number 866-WAYNES1 and remember the promo code TNR.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Marcus.
Let's just say you can't take America's Dairyland out of Culver's. Like the real Wisconsin cheese on our juicy butter burgers, the farm fresh dairy in our fresh frozen custard, even our crispy golden Wisconsin cheese curds. It may sound cheesy, but we love where we come from at Culver's.
Almost as much as we love sharing it with our guests. Welcome to Delicious.
Looking for the perfect gift for everyone on your Christmas list? This is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store, and I invite you to do your Christmas shopping at the New Balance Birmingham store. Everyone needs new shoes this time of year, and they'll want stylish shoes that fit perfectly. At New Balance Birmingham, you'll find the largest selection and inventory for a specialty shoe store. We have every size from extra wide to extra narrow. Shop the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A.
Banking is not just about your money, it's about you. It's about getting help with what you need when you need it. Brian Brown here from The Next Round. AmFirst was founded for members like you, and they've been putting those members first since 1936. Putting you first means service that grows and changes with the times to serve you better. Now every bank has their own app, but that's just it. It's theirs, not yours. The AmFirst app was made for you, so it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. It's even customizable, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards that will make you feel like the #1 priority you are. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you from AmFirst. Visit any AmFirst location or amfirst.org today. America's first federal credit union is federally insured by the NCUA. It's time to start thinking about employee holiday gifts. Consider getting your hardworking guys a pair of Red Wing boots. Each day your employees are on the job site helping your company succeed, so reward them with comfort at its best. The Red Wing mobile shoe truck can visit your shop and fit your employees with a great selection of boots. Or Red Wing gift cards can be purchased at your local Red Wing store, available in all amounts. Whichever program you choose, your employees will appreciate the quality, service, and selection from Red Wing shoes, and they'll also be thankful they have such a great boss. Reward your employees this holiday season with Red Wing shoes.
The Alabama Head Injury Foundation strives to improve the quality of life for survivors of traumatic brain injury and for their families. Whether the injury is mild or severe, the life of the injured person and their family is changed forever. The impact can be both emotionally and financially devastating. AHIF provides the information to help clients and families understand the results of injury. AHIF helps access available resources and provides services and programs which meet the unique needs of individuals with traumatic brain injury as well as spinal cord injury in certain programs. Find out how you can help at ahif.org.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com, the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com. That's nextroundlive.com.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com, for the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Want more of The Next Round? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
The Next Round store is live and loaded. Check out the latest logo t-shirts and hoodies. Get your favorite team colors, the Next Round flag shirt, or grab the popular Y'all Can Have the Rest t-shirts. Go to nextround.store. That's nextround.store.
Big news in the transfer portal in the SEC. South Carolina running back Marshawn Lloyd has entered the portal. 573, 9 touchdowns this season, 5.2 yards per carry, a former top 50 recruit in the 2020 class. It'll be interesting to see where Marshawn Lloyd goes, but he is a baller for South Carolina.
Yeah, and it's a little surprising. I mean, with the success they've had, this probably comes down to NIL.
It is. They've been hit exceptionally hard, and you would think with the way they finished the season and the enthusiasm, I think we read into that, and we probably read way much into that as it pertains to the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you look at it from the outside, and you're like, hey, things seem to be trending up there. It seems like a good place to stay.
Yeah, but, with that fan base, I mean, a lot of people, and we've all been to Columbia, and so we've seen it firsthand. They've got a really great fan base, so you would think that, they'd be able to raise some money for this collective to keep some of these guys.
A couple other headlines in our up and down stock report from our friends at Baumhauer's in a second. But our friends at the Pan Store want to remind you, as you're out shopping over the next few days, and as LT pointed back on our drive home yesterday, 2 weeks yesterday from Christmas. So we're 13 days away, not shopping days, 13 days away from Christmas, and you can get the great in-store purchase. You don't have to wait on shipping there with our friends at the Pan Store. 7 great locations: Crestline, Leeds, Trussville, Tuscaloosa, Huntsville, Hoover, and Auburn. For the college sports fan in your life, including the great women's fashion there at the Pan Store. Those great locations, or you can shop online, panstore.com, or follow them on social media at the Pan Store. Game day hats, Yeti accessories, sunglasses, game day polos from Antigua, Taylor and Meg, Johnny O, and Gentile. It's our friends at the Pan Store. Those 7 locations, and online at panstore.com. Florida is looking for a quarterback as they continue to look into the portal. And Graham Mertz, the one-time Wisconsin starter, was on the campus yesterday in Gainesville.
Highest recruit in Badgers history.
And they got out of that what?
He got nothing.
Yeah.
You got one incredible game to start off his career, and then since then you got absolutely nothing. And since Wisconsin had really Russell Wilson, I mean, they just haven't had great quarterback play.
Yeah, I don't know. Graham Mertz just never panned out, and if I'm a Florida fan, it doesn't excite me a ton.
Yeah, it doesn't excite you that much?
No, I mean, listen, Leary is the big catch out of the transfer portal, right? At quarterback anyway. I like Alston Reed, but everybody's going to tell you Leary out of North Carolina State is the big catch there. I don't know how far down the list I have to get before I get to Mertz, and he's behind at least both those guys.
Yeah.
Defensive end B.J. Ojulari from LSU and Will Reichard of Alabama, the place kicker, both off to the NFL. Rockstar, let's do our spotlight today from Baumhauer's.
The Baumhauer's Spotlight.
Stock up, stock down. College football's stock report.
Hey, the holidays are here, and Baumhauer's is kicking off the season in style. If you're planning a holiday party, they've got you covered with delicious, legendary party-ready tray selections, from the always fresh buttermilk fried chicken tenders to the homemade Nana's chicken salad, and of course, their world-famous buffalo chicken wings. Also, if you need a stocking stuffer for the holidays, Baumhauer's Victory Grill, they've got you covered with their popular gift cards now through December 24th. You'll receive a $5 bonus card with every single $25 gift card purchase. Get in today to Baumhauer's Victory Grill.
Brown, start us off, man. What you got?
My stock up, Justin Herbert. L.A. Chargers. What a performance by him last night. Really, that whole team. You get Mike Williams back healthy. If they can get that defense healthy, interesting team in the AFC playoffs. But last night, Herbert's numbers fantastic. 39 of 51, 367, 1 touchdown. Didn't stretch the field a whole lot, didn't have to.
It seems like the Chargers find themselves in this place in
All
the
the time.
playoff race every year, all the way back to Rivers at quarterback.
Right at 500.
If they get in, though, as good and as deep as the AFC is, he is one of these quarterbacks with healthy weapons now.
Yeah, it could be like the Giants back in the day in the NFC, barely get in and then go on the road to the Super Bowl.
We saw it last year with Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
What logo is this? Anybody recognize this
That's
logo?
the NFC logo.
It's the NFC. So that would be the South Star. That's my stock down, the NFC South. Your division doesn't win now 20 and 32.
20 and 32.
Overall this
Yeah.
season. That's
Seattle
pretty bad.
won a Super Bowl one year, and they made it in the playoffs a couple of years before they won one. With a 7-9 record.
Yeah, that's a good comeback
Actually,
on that there, Jim.
Got 7-8 record.
I mean, boy, let me erase this real quick after you mentioned that.
I will not put Tua Tagovailoa on this list because I respect Brown too much. Bama Hoops, because sometimes we're too close to it seems so obvious to do this, so I'll throw Bama Hoops on there just because we've talked about them a lot. I'm going to go my stock down is Tom Brady and Mike Evans. A dynamic combination the last couple of years. They're not on the same page. They're jawing at each other during the game. They have no chemistry anymore. And then my stock up, Dansby Swanson. He may be a high-paid Chicago Cub here soon. Seems like it's cooled on the Dodgers. Or he could end up, wait for it, back with the Atlanta Braves. And if he does end up back with the Braves, to me that's a win for the Braves, but really a big win for Dansby Swanson on a young team that he's very comfortable with. My stock up, Dansby Swanson back to the Braves.
I would, if I'm Dansby, I'd much rather be back to the Braves than with the Cubs.
Well, just from a championship perspective.
Well, and the fact that I would hate to play all those day games.
Yep. And what about you? Stock up, stock down?
Stock up for me, Brock Purdy. I mean, again, the job he did yesterday is just the second quarterback since 1950, along with Don Strock. Brown, you remember that name?
I do remember
two
Don Strock.
touchdowns, rushed for one in the opening half of his first career start. Down has got to be the New York Giants. They've won one game since October 23rd. So this is a team that went from 7-2 to borderline out of the playoffs. I don't know if they'll find their way in the playoffs because
Are they 7-6 now?
I think that's right. Yeah.
No, I think 7-5-1. Right?
Oh, that's right. They do
They
have
got
that
the
tie with
tie.
the Commanders. Yeah.
Or 7-6-1.
Yeah, that's our stock report today, brought to you by our friends at Baumhauer's.
Yeah, again, if you need that stocking stuffer for the holidays, Baumhauer's Victory Grill, they've got you covered with their popular gift cards. Now through December 24th, you'll receive a $5 bonus card with every $25 gift card. Make sure you get in today to Baumhauer's Victory Grill.
We're back in a moment with our final thoughts today. We put a bow on what has been a interesting news-breaking day, some sad, some very happy, and we'll put a wrap on it next.
Call the next round now at 205-734-0923.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round. You've heard me for years talk about our friends at Bromberg's Jewelers, and we welcome you to stop by and see that great customer service at the Mountain Brook and Summit locations. But we'd also love for you to check out their new online shop. They've got plenty to choose from. Great gifts, big and small. Available online, they've got David Yurman, Tudor watches, select diamond and gemstone jewelry, William Henry, seasonal and favorite giftware items, and baby gifts as well. They've even got an online sale section. For more information, Brombergs.com. The beauty of the holiday is at the center of your table with the New York Butcher Shop. Their selection of USDA certified Angus prime rib roast, beef tenderloins, and fillets, as well as premium pork and lamb cuts, are the finest selections available in the market and are hand-cut just the way you want. With side dishes handmade by their professional chefs, your holiday meal is complete. Visit one of their two locations today in Cahaba Heights or off Highway 119 in Greystone. Place your order today. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
ERA King Real Estate is on the move. They've just opened a new state-of-the-art office in Homewood, as well as new offices in Vestavia and Huntsville. The real estate market has never been crazier than it is right now. That's why, with 52 years of experience, ERA King Real Estate is growing to serve you. To find out more, text the word MOVE to 35620. That's MOVE, M-O-V-E, to 35620. ERA King Real Estate, growing to serve you.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at Gutter Cap. Gutter Cap's that patented aluminum cover system that fits over most existing gutters to keep out debris and eliminate that gutter cleaning. It's backed with a lifetime warranty, almost 20-year service record right here in Birmingham. Stay off that dangerous ladder forever. 45% off the retail price now if you call guttercapbirmingham.com. Call my good friend Chris Stewart now, 205-823-2212. Cap it, don't snap it. It's Gutter Cap.
Looking for the perfect gift for everyone on your Christmas list? This is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store, and I invite you to do your Christmas shopping at the New Balance Birmingham store. Everyone needs new shoes this time of year, and they'll want stylish shoes that fit perfectly. At New Balance Birmingham, you'll find the largest selection and inventory for a specialty shoe store. We have every size from extra wide to extra narrow. Shop the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A.
Start your day online at nextroundlive.com. Get all the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. And it's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com. The NFL playoffs are just around the corner and every game matters. Join us on the Next Round and Pepsi every Thursday as we preview the upcoming big games in the NFL weekend. Pepsi and the NFL, a perfect match for your weekend.
All the coaches I talk to believe you win championships in all three phases of the game. And the same is true with my friends at Wayne's with pest protection, termite protection, and lawn care. The website is callwaynes.com. Remember the promo code TNR for big savings. With the cold weather coming, the pests will be trying to break through your defense and come inside. You can save $60 right now off of Smart Pest by using that promo code TNR. So go online to callwaynes.com or call the phone number 866-WAYNES1 and remember the promo code TNR.
Whether you're a weekend athlete or sports is your life, Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics wants to help you stay in the game. If you have an injury or pain that says something's not right, let Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics help you make your greatest comeback. From concussions to sprained ankles, our experienced team is ready with treatment options. Find a doctor at precisionsportsortho.com/providers.
The Double Down Media podcast family is live and full of content for all ages. The Mystery Fifth Hour gives the Next Round hosts a chance to talk about everything but sports. Pour a glass of Bama and bourbon, our weekly college football conversation, while sipping some of the most interesting pours in the bourbon world. And our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, presented by Redmont Vodka. LT has in-depth conversations with personalities like Clay Travis and Taylor Hicks. Find those podcasts and more by searching The Next Round on Apple and Spotify. And remember to like and subscribe.
Tom over in the Vulcan Tire chat room. I thought the Twins signed Dansby. I've been at the Floribama all weekend, but in my show notes before, I have not seen Dansby sign with them. I've seen stories that if the Twins don't re-sign Carlos Correa, that they would go after Dansby Swanson then. But I think that's sort of everybody's plan if you're in the Carlos Correa book right now and the trying to get that big time shortstop to sign, that if you don't get him, you would go for Dansby. But I have not. You may have more insight than I do on that. I've not seen Dansby sign with the Twins there. Buzzed is the folks that can get you happy this holiday season. They can keep you rolling if your party's off to a start and it starts to dry up. It's BUZD. Just download the app.
No reason to get up off the couch. They will bring the party to you. It's the fastest, most affordable delivery service with pricing in line with your favorite package or convenience stores. Buzz combines the best of service and delivery industries to create this unique to Alabama first-of-its-kind service found on your app store. Buzzed, BUZD. Use that code NEXTROUND, 15% off your first order. They've got cannabis, including the Delta 8, alcohol, tobacco. They're adding inventory constantly from downtown Birmingham and Highway 119 and everything in between. We bring the buzz to you. Get buzzed. Download it today, BUZD.
We've spent a lot of time talking about a variety of different things. Alabama's big basketball win, Mike Leach's health situation, Chris Beard's legal situation. We did not spend as much time as we normally would have on the Auburn coordinator situation. I thought it was interesting when Joel Klatt said of Philip Montgomery, the guy who is headed to be the offensive coordinator, if Auburn fans want to see what kind of offense Philip Montgomery believes in, just look at Tennessee this year. I thought that would excite me if I was an Auburn fan.
Yeah, that's the philosophy he wants. The other side of that is what I brought up, is what their offense at Tulsa had done over the last 5 years. It had really fallen off. And, you're going to have a better roster. You're going to be playing with better players at Auburn. So philosophy-wise, yes. Execution-wise, what went wrong at Tulsa? How did they go from 42 points a game 5-6 years ago to not even getting above 30 points a game over the last 4 or 5 years? That does concern me a little bit if I'm an Auburn fan, and you're getting a guy that's just been fired. And I know he was a head coach, and a lot of times head coaches step back down to coordinators, and they're terrific coordinators. But ultimately, if you're Auburn, you've hired 2 guys that have just been fired at their job, and that's got to be a little bit concerning too.
You are buying low on both Montgomery and Roberts.
Yeah, not to say they're bad hires, but you're right. You're getting them at a basement discount right now.
Hugh Freeze had said if he got the right guy, he would consider giving up play calling. I don't know if Philip Montgomery's that guy, but he was part of the Art Briles system at Baylor that produced a Heisman Trophy winner with RG3 back then. And he was there 2011 to 2014 before he became the Tulsa head coach. And there will be some discussion about he was part of the coaching staff with all the negativity that went on and the sexual misconduct around the Baylor football program. But he's 8 years removed from that, and never really any huge stories about that with Philip Montgomery. X's and O's wise, it seems like the kind of hire to me that Hugh Freeze will continue to call plays. And if I'm an Auburn fan, I think I want Hugh Freeze calling plays.
If you had gone out and stolen Kendall Briles from Arkansas or Garrett Riley from TCU, I could have seen where that makes me think that Freeze is going to give up play calling. I just don't get that same feel with Montgomery. And I'm like you. I hired you because of your offense. I want you calling the plays.
It feels to me like Philip Montgomery, though, was when Kendall was really young. Kendall was there, the armband signaling in plays beside Philip Montgomery back in those early Baylor days. So he's probably, he's probably like an older Kendall Briles a little bit.
I guess so, yeah.
All from that same family tree. You can see the whole Clad interview podcasted at nextroundlive.com and also on our YouTube channel. Remember, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up wherever you follow us. And it's never, ever, ever too late to shop in the Next Round store for those holiday and Christmas gifts. Nextround.store. Some new sweatshirts going up today that were not on that I modeled for earlier. So you can go check those out. Softest sweatshirt I've ever put on.
Jimmy model.
Wow.
It was really, really good. And they obviously come in double XL with the size I am after the Floribama. Big O sweatshirts. Go get you one right now, nextround.store. We'll see you at 9 a.m. Central Time on Tuesday. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.